Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, How to Beat Corn Addiction. I've got the whiteboard today so you can help you visualize the steps and what you need to do. So for this one, I'm going to be talking about a combination of 3 steps that you can implement right now and get on your way, get on the right path to not only overcome corn addiction, but it works on anything in life. Anything that with a goal. So, firstly, the first step is outlining what your goal actually is. So, if you're addicted to corn, you want to stop watching corn, you want to just reduce the amount you consume, the amount of times you beat off. I recommend that. Don't go cold turkey, don't just quit and just like never, have that mindset of never doing it again. It's just, it just won't work, It just hits harder, you know what I mean? Like it just, when you relapse even harder. So my strategy is to just reduce the amount you consume just over time, because it's an addiction that you've had for a long time. I speak from experience when I talk about this. You've been doing it for years. It's ingrained in your lifestyle, and it's very hard to just quit straight away. You need to just slowly just phase it out. Slowly reduce the amount you consume, the amount that you beat off your meat, destroy your meat. And eventually you form this habit of doing, using that time and energy on other and better things. So the first step is to outline that goal. I want to reduce the amount of corn I watch. I'm going to reduce the amount I beat off. The second step is to work out a way to actually do that, to work out a system to actually achieve that goal. And then the last thing is to change your identity, because right now you're using language like, oh, I gotta quit corn. That identity, your identity is you're a corn watcher. That's part of your identity because of the language you use. You're like, oh God, I gotta try and quit corn. I gotta stop watching that. When you should be saying, I don't do that anymore. I don't watch corn. That's not me. That's the language. That's the mindset you have to have. So let me write it up on the board. Step 1, outline the goal. You don't want to focus on the goal. We all are guilty of focusing so much on the goal, and we just expect it to happen. Like we just expect it to just sort itself out now. When we haven't even put time into step 2, what system, what you're gonna actually do to actually get you to that goal. What system are you gonna put in place to actually get you to that goal? And then the step 3, you gotta have a change of identity. And if you haven't read the book, Atomic Habits is great for this stuff. This is where I get most of my habit forming stuff. So yeah, it's a great book, check it out. But yeah, let me reiterate. Step 1, outline the goal. I'm not watching corn anymore. That's it, You've been failing all this time, but now I'm gonna give you these tools that I've learnt and that I've personally used, and it's helped a lot for me in reducing the amount of corn. I'm no longer addicted. It doesn't have that negative impact on my life as it has before. For me personally, I used to like beat off and then be lazy the entire day. I had all these things planned, but if I watched corn and beat it off, then I'd be done. Like that's it. Like I'd be so destroyed mentally, and yeah, just like drained, depressed. I'll do it some other time. Procrastinate and all that stuff. So outline that goal. Step 2, the system that's actually going to reduce the amount of corn. In my past videos of overcoming corn addiction, I do outline some methods and strategies that I've used to actually help with overcoming corn addiction and just getting a better grasp on how to tackle it. For example, one thing I mentioned is you gotta understand that when you're being tempted, when you're giving into your desires, it's always on a screen, on your monitor or your phone. So just getting away from the screen when you are tempted, and then going for a walk or just stepping away, so that's something that, for example, that I mentioned. Step 3, your identity. This is the important part, because, for example, the book that James Clear wrote, Atomic Habits, his example for identity is, picture this, there's a guy who's trying to give up smoking, and he's at a gathering or whatever, and he gets offered a cigarette, and he says, oh no, I'm trying to quit. His identity is still of a smoker. When if you change your identity, you should be saying, oh, I don't smoke, no thank you, or I don't smoke. So you gotta change your identity. Oh, I don't. First of all, you're disgusted with yourself. It's disgusting jerking off to pixels. You gotta use that part of that disgust to reinforce that identity of like, yeah, like that's disgusting. That's not me. I don't do that. I don't do that. And so now you've got a better mindset that you're not like, it's not part of your identity. You're not using language that it's still part of your identity. And now you've got to reinforce these steps and that identity through habits, and to constantly just try and work at it. That's why I like using the journal. Don't focus, like I wouldn't actually write each day like you didn't consume corn or anything. Don't put in a line or a tally and document that whole experience. You should just do it like in a rough way. Like, oh yeah, usually I jerk off like fucking 10 times a week. Let's just try and reduce that, you know? And then yeah, take it from there. Don't hyperfixate on the numbers, you know? Just enough so you can actually just reduce it. But you can tell when you're on the right track. And I know you will be able to get on that right track using some of these things that that you've learned in this video and the past and future videos. So with that being said, like, comment, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.